As the city of Temecula enters into a new decade, 2020 is turning out to be an example of Temecula's strength and resilience amidst the worldwide coronavirus pandemic. The city remains unwavering in its commitment to providing a high-quality lifestyle for its residents, with continuously enhanced infrastructure and amenities. Picturesque park settings with enjoyable features is a priority in Temecula, where families have a surplus of options to get outside, get active, and spend time together. Last year, the city constructed a 10,000 square foot multi-directional pump track, complete with rollers, humps, banked turns, transitions, and jumps, located within the Ronald Reagan Sports Park.
It turned out to be so popular that we're building a smaller pump track now to accommodate less experienced riders. This coming year, we'll also be reconstructing and expanding the restrooms and concession bar, which will be a welcome addition for our youth sports teams that call this park home. As a city, we think it's important to keep public parks and facilities fresh and updated. This is where we take our children to play and can connect as a community. Ultimately, these amenities reflect the high value we place in our neighborhoods and families.
On the west side of the sports park, renovations to the Community Recreation Center pool were completed to include new plaster and tiles, an expanded concrete decking, new shade structures, and lighting. On the inside of the center, staff reconfigured office space to house a new police substation and repainted the facility. In recent years, the city began replacing its playgrounds with creatively themed play structures like pirate ships at Nicholas Park, tree houses at Butterfield Stage Park, music at Sunset Park, Old West at Vail Ranch Park, and fighter jets at Veterans Park. Last year, Riverton Park received the same creative treatment with a newly themed Cabin in the Woods playground, and Rotary Park now features a new caboose and railroad play area for kids to enjoy. This year, Sam Hicks Park in Old Town will be upgraded to feature vineyards and hot air balloons. The playground at Winchester Creek Park will be rebuilt and themed fun. Stephen Lennon Memorial Park will be themed First Responder. And John McGee Park will be themed Temecula General Store. And newly renamed Friendship Park will be transformed with accessible play equipment, new family restrooms, and decorated with design elements that reflect children of all ethnicities, genders, races, and abilities.
Friendship Park will provide a setting where inclusion and diversity is promoted. When this is embraced in early childhood, it teaches future generations to admire differences and respect each other as adults. That's what we want for all of our children and our children's children in Temecula.
While the world slowed for COVID-19, Temecula reset plans and took full advantage of the closures. Over at the Ronald H. Roberts Temecula Public Library, the most utilized library in Riverside County, the city completed construction of a second parking lot and resurfaced its existing parking lot in April. On the interior, all lighting is now LED. Nearly 34,000 square feet of new carpet has been installed, and many of the furnishings have been reupholstered, giving the place a refreshed look and feel. The city also installed new carpet in the Temecula History Museum, repainted the exterior of Penny Pickle's workshop, the exterior of Temecula Community Center, the exterior trim at the Merck and the Old Town Temecula Community Theater, along with its exterior staircase. The inside was also freshly painted, and all new house lighting has been installed.
This is only a sample of the city's to-do list. Each of these projects is an economic investment in our community. It's so important to maintain the beauty of our city, especially in times of economic hardship, because the aesthetics of our parks and amenities help define and give assurance that Temecula is the best investment, even in uncertain times.
The Mary Phillips Senior Center will now soon be renovated with all new exterior siding, new doors, and windows. Throughout the pandemic, the facility has served as a drive-up senior citizen food distribution site for our most vulnerable population.
This center is truly a second home to our senior citizens who, in ordinary times, enjoy many activities here. I'm glad we can At the very least, provide to-go meals. It reduces their need to grocery shop, which in turn minimizes their exposure to COVID. And we get to see their smiling faces.
Another community center, the Margarita Recreation Center, is completing its design plans to rebuild into 8,500 square feet of brand new facility space and a new public pool. This past summer, a $3.5 million upgrade to security video technology was completed at city parks and facilities, providing an enhanced virtual public safety benefit to the community. The city also finished converting 7,500 streetlights citywide, along with lighting at several ball fields, to white LED lights. The last phase will be to convert the decorative lamppost in Harveston and Wolf Creek to LED bulbs. These lights make evening walks just a bit more magical, while also providing added brilliance and safety.
These new LED lights are brighter and safer at night and compliant with the Mount Palomar Observatory requirements, all while providing an overall energy cost savings to the city of Temecula of approximately $700,000 annually. Citizens can now call City Hall when there's an outage rather than Southern California Edison, since we purchased these light poles as well.
In Old Town, the wooden planked sidewalks that were installed in the 1990s have now been replaced with decorative wood-like stamped colored concrete, easier to walk on and still as charming as ever with its attractive wood-like appeal. In terms of roadway maintenance, the city uses a pavement management technology that physically scans all streets to prioritize new road surfaces each year.
So far in 2020, we've resurfaced 8 neighborhoods in addition to several connector roads. We've also completely rehabilitated parts of Rancho California Road and heavily traveled parts of De Portola Road. Here on Inez, at the La Paz intersection, we completed construction of a new roundabout at the end of 2019. It complements the rural Los Ranchillos neighborhood nicely with a decorative horse statue, while greatly improving traffic flow. Overall, this has been an excellent improvement in terms of both function and beauty for this intersection.
Other significant traffic improvements recently completed include the widening of Butterfield Stage Road from La Serena to Rancho California Road, plus new buffered bike lanes and sidewalks on both sides, as well as the widening of Pechanga Parkway to 3 lanes in each direction. And there's also been a substantial expansion at the intersection of Winchester and Nicholas Road, freeing up traffic flow in all directions. Further east on Nicholas Road, where it turns into dirt, grading has begun in order to pave and extend the street to intersect with Butterfield Stage Road. And Interstate 15 is expanding, with a new auxiliary lane between every on and off ramp along I-15 through Temecula.
We started a regional I-15 task force because we needed to do something to improve traffic flow on I-15. And that's a difficult thing to do when the freeway is not the city's jurisdiction. We also do not have, nor should we spend, hundreds of millions of dollars for a federal highway. We are truly grateful to Caltrans. They stepped up as part of our task force, and we are now in the design phase for new auxiliary lanes. The city will construct northbound I-15 from Temecula Parkway to Rancho California Road, and then Caltrans will build the rest. We appreciate the support of our neighboring cities, tribes, RCTC, and others on this task force.
Also on I-15, construction of the French Valley Parkway Phase 2 project begins in 2021, thanks to securing a highly competitive federal grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Phase 2 of the French Valley Parkway project will add 2 additional lanes stretching approximately 3 miles along northbound I-15 from Winchester Road to just north of the I-15-215 junction. We traveled to Washington, D.C. several times lobbying for this grant, and ultimately, Congressman Ken Calvert was instrumental in helping us secure the final $50 million, which closed the gap on this $137 million project. Once complete, it will be a tremendous relief to travelers headed northbound on I-15 every evening from San Diego.
As we look to the future, the city is progressing through design and environmental review to construct a new bridge over Murrieta Creek, extending Overland Drive to Diaz Road. Diaz Road will then be widened to 4 lanes all the way to the Murrieta border, where we are conducting a feasibility study of yet another future creek crossing that would extend Cherry Street between Diaz and Jefferson Avenue, improving access both in and out of the city's West Side industrial area. As we navigate through and beyond 2020, Temecula citizens can remain certain that they reside in a city that cares, always reinvesting back into the local economy so that it remains vibrant and continues to prosper.